we joked about this last week on stream that because there's all of this aliens and predator stuff coming to our media, that Raid would jump on that. But it was supposed to be just a joke. I never thought it would actually happen, but they did, and here we are, so let's go. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? That's right. Today we are getting Aliens and Predator in Raid Shadow Legends. I was told there's a possibility it could get pushed back, but it should be today that we are getting these things in the game. So log in immediately and check. If there are any updates, I will post them in my Discord. I'm sure Plarium will do a great job announcing them. I think maybe the reason why it would get pushed back is because there's a new debuff. I think that's it. I don't know. But hopefully, the time you're seeing this, these characters are supposed to be in the game. So let's jump in and talk about it right away. I'm shocked, okay? Now, here, before I move to the next slide here, what factions do you think these champions are in? You can't guess. You cannot guess what faction these champions are in, okay? If you were to guess, pause so you have an extra second to think. Yeah, Dark Elves and Lizardmen. I don't think anybody would have ever guessed that, but I will definitely take it with the Dark Elves. Dark Elves need some help. It's been a long time since a champion was added there. And Lizardman is becoming one of the best factions in the game. So, alright, whatever, that's fine. So we're going to have the Xenomorph, aka the aliens, is a magic attack type in Dark Elves. Predator is a force HP type in Lizardman, which I guess I like that. I think both of those are fitting. I don't know. In my head, I think I probably would have done Xenomorphs as Void. I probably would have done it as a Void Legendary, personally. And then Predator, I like as Force, I think. But either way, I mean, I don't have control over that, so it is what it is. Here is the Xenomorph, okay? The Xenomorph, the way that they have brought in his acid is with poison. And I think that I like that now due to the fact that we have the relic that increases the poison damage. We have the blessing that increases the poison damage. And so I think that that's a pretty good way to be flavorful, but also effective. Okay, so if we take a look at the first two abilities here, we have a triple poison A1. This is your free login champion that is going to completely change new players' accounts. So if you're seeing this video and you're thinking about playing Raid to get some aliens, then yes, you definitely can, and it will be insanely good to start the game. Perfect Veil A1, 3 poisons A1, actually crazy for Demon Lord Clan Boss, especially starting out. They are the full poisons, unlike Kale, who gets some of the little poisons. But you put Kale with the alien. I mean, I don't even know if you would need Kale. You could go Aethel. I might have to do a follow-up video on how to start with these champions, okay? Now, on the A2, before attacking, place a stun and an infest debuff on the target for 2 turns. They can't be resisted if this champion's under a Perfect Veil buff. Also, places a True Fear on all other enemies for 1 turn. This debuff can't be resisted if it's under a Perfect Veil. And then revives this champion with 50% HP and 50% turn meter whenever an enemy under an infest debuff dies. Crazy. Dude, crazy. Okay, let's see the rest of his kit. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Deals 15% more damage for each poison debuff on the target. And places a Perfect Veil on this champion for 2 turns. So Either you need to open A1, or you need to have a perfect veil champion and a poison champion, or you can just do this ability first and get the perfect veil. We're going to have to sort of work out the best action order for this. But yeah, I mean, we have everything we need in the kit to make him good. I'm sad that this ability also doesn't place a poison. But he has, whenever this champion is attacked, has a 25% chance to place a poison, and it can't be resisted or blocked if the attack is critical. Whenever this champion is attacked, it can't be resisted or blocked if the attack is critical. So if you are getting hit from champions with 100% crit rate, which is likely, then they're going to get poisoned, which is cool. I don't know if it has to do damage, so I don't know if you can put him in Stone Skin. If an enemy under a poison debuff placed by this champion then decreases their defense by 20%. That is crazy. So here's the full kit. Tail Stab, Infestation, Rip and Claw, and Caustic Blood. That seems crazy. Let's look at the cooldowns, then we'll look at the Infest debuff. It does not actually, yes, 3-turn cooldown on the A2, which is nice. We have a 3-turn cooldown on the A3, and no cooldown on the passive. That's crazy. All right, so here's the new debuff, Infest. Okay, whenever an enemy under an Infest debuff dies, deals pure damage to all other alive enemies. This pure damage is equal to 50% of the enemy's max HP who died while under the Infest debuff. This pure damage is equal to 50% of the enemy's max HP. So let's say you kill Arbiter. Arbiter adds 70k. Then this would do 35,000 damage to all of the other champions. And it's pure damage, so it's not decreased by their defense, their shields. It goes straight off of their HP, I believe. The pure damage dealt upon killing a boss or their minions cannot exceed 1% of their max HP. Okay. I don't know how relevant that would be. Maybe on Spider. You might be able to one-shot the Spider, actually. If they do this wrong, you might be able to one-shot the Spider. So that's something to keep in mind. Same thing with Ice Golem. Rarely does it work on Ice Golem. Often does it work on Spider. Okay, moving on. Let's go to our next dude, the Predator. Okay, the Predator. I was very impressed with Predator Badlands. I absolutely loved that movie. My wife and I went and saw that. Highly recommend. So we have our legendary HP-based champion, the Predator. And his skill set is going to start off with an A1 that heals himself by 30% of the damage dealt. That's better. Isn't that better than the gear that does that? Interesting. Whenever this champion successfully evades an enemy's skill and all of its accompanying effects, counterattacks with this skill. Sweet. Okay, so he will be getting an evade mechanic, probably like Michelangelo or Loki. AoE double hitter on a 3-turn cooldown. After hitting the initial selected enemy, all other enemies will be hit in a random order. So like the Thor skill. The damage received by the initial selected enemy will be increased by 75%. Each subsequent enemy will hit the following will receive 15% less bonus. So you're going to do the most damage to the first enemy. I like that. Also destroys each enemy's max HP by 30% of the damage dealt. So if you put him in a blood shield accessory, he can do all of the scarab stuff that you're having problems with. For the second hit, damage received by the initial selected enemy will be increased by 15%. Oh, yeah, well, that's kind of already said that. This attack ignores 15% of each target defense if this champion is under a veil or perfect veil. Okay, that makes sense. Both of them are hiding from each other, so that's how it should be. A3 on a 3-turn cooldown. Before attacking, places Hunter's Gaze. I don't know what that does. This debuff can't be resisted if they're under a veil or perfect veil. But at the start of each round with his passive, I'm just looking ahead. If this attack kills an enemy, block revives them, and places block revive on the target and a Hunter's Gaze on a random alive enemy. Interesting. And it can't be resisted if he's under a veil or perfect veil. If this attack does not kill an enemy, places a perfect veil for 2 turns and fills his turn meter by 50%. Oh, I love that. Okay, anytime you have a block revive champion, it's a big deal. Like, if this guy, his multipliers are good, he's gonna be a menace, okay? Because either you kill somebody or then you're almost back around to another turn. At the start of each round, places perfect veil. Before this champion takes a turn, has an initial 50% chance to evade. The initial chance reduces to 0 after this champion's first turn in a round. Whenever this champion kills an enemy, grants this champion a 20% chance to evade. And then it can stack up to 60%. So every time you kill an enemy, then your chance to evade goes up. Interesting. And he has a crappy HP in arena battles aura. That sucks. All right. So anything else about this champion that we need to know? Let's pause and think for a second. He's an HP-based champion, so he's going to be very survivable. I like this. This seems very, very good. We have never had a block revive champion that is HP-based. So that is definitely unique in the game. The evade stuff is going to make him very difficult. I feel like Polarium has tried to make this champion multiple times. Like Shredder, this is what we wanted when we're looking at Shredder, okay? Same thing with the Monster Hunter champion. I forget his name, but this is exactly what we wanted here. It'll all come down to his multipliers, right? We need to see how much damage he is capable of, but this is exactly the type of kit that we were looking for from Fatalis and Shredder. So did they finally figure out how to make the kit work? Either way, I think it sounds very strong, very annoying, very difficult to deal with. You can only get him from the Champion Pass, okay? So this is a purchasable champion. It seems to me in the details of this that when you purchase the Champion Pass, you get all of the levels. I don't know the price on the Champion Pass yet to be able to tell you. But if you're not going to buy this champion, as you can see in the image here, you're still going to be able to unlock a feast for your account, and the avatar is on the free side. Let me go see if Polarium updated and got us the avatars. No, I still currently do not have the avatars to be able to show you what that will look like. I'm sure that will be in the game as soon as this is live, but I don't have that image ahead of time. So, the Champion Pass will be the Predator. The free login champion will be the Alien. And the Alien will be under that normal 14-day login system that we're used to at this point. You'll get the Alien after 7 days of play, which is actually like perfect timing. He'll be added to your account like right when you need him, basically. And I think that's all the information I have. Let me know what questions and comments you have in the questions and comments in the comments. Give me a little bit of grace. I'm recovering from food poisoning, as some of you know. I do not think that I will be streaming today. I'm going to wisely rest, as I haven't really eaten any real food yet. So, what do we think about Aliens and Predator? I like their kits. Do I think they fit with Raid? I mean, yeah, I guess. I think they fit with Raid. This was one of the ones we talked about being cool and fun to add to the game. I'm shocked that they put this in here, but I'm loving it. I hope you are too. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.